Hi, I'm Lily and welcome to my brioche stitch knitting tutorials videos. This playlist will be mainly videos that are geared towards my Livingston vest new pattern, however they should be relevant for other brioche stitch patterns too. So in my previous video I showed you how to cast on using the Italian cast on method, or a slight variation on, for working brioche stitch in the round where you would like a stretchy edge, for example around a neckband. And now in this video I'm going to show you how to work brioche stitch in the round. This will be relevant for whether you've just worked the Italian cast on or a regular cast on. So we've worked our cast on and the setup round, which was in my previous video. So if you did work a regular cast on, you just need to follow the setup round in the pattern. That will be slightly different. So we're now ready to start working regular brioche stitch in the round. As you can see, I'm working with the magic loop method, as I find it the most practical for being able to try on items as I go, but you could also be working on small circular needles, DPNs, or just regular circulars if you're working a larger circumference. So after our setup round, we then have to begin with a brioche purl round, because we've created our paired yarn overs over the stitches that are presenting as purls. Like you can see with my thumb here, we have a little purl bump with a paired yarn over that's crossing over it here. So we're ready to work those together. Each brioche stitch is considered to have its paired yarn over, and that counts as one stitch. So if I was counting stitches here, this would be 1, and then this would be number 2, then 3, then 4. These paired yarn overs don't count on their own because they're never solo. They're always part of a pair. So I will push my stitches up towards the beginning or the end of the needle. So as I'm going to work a brioche purl stitch first, I have my yarn in front, and then it's a little unclear at the start of the round, but this loop across the needle here, be careful, don't drop it off, because that isn't just an accidental loop, that is part of the yarn over. It will become clearer as you establish your fabric, it might just be a little loose at the start. So we're going to work this stitch purl-wise together with its paired yarn over. So as if I'm working a purl two together, but this is referred to as a BRP, a brioche purl, sometimes referred to as burping, and we have barking for brioche knitting. So we're burping for now, BRP, like a purl two together, as you would usually do. And then our yarn is in front, and we have a knit stitch next. So we're going to do a slip one yarn over, just a regular purl-wise slipping that. Slip one, yarn is already in front, so we don't need to actually do a yarn over. Oh, we do need to do a yarn over because we have a purl stitch next. So slip one, yarn over, and then we again have a purl stitch with its paired yarn over. So we're going to purl those two together. The slip one yarn over is usually referred to just in one term, just as a slip one yarn over one action. As you get more used to this technique, it becomes a smoother action. Slip one yarn over, BRP, brioche purl. Slip one yarn over, BRP. 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 And then our final stitch on this needle, when you're splitting to work in the round, make sure, if you're working on magic loops, or DPNs, make sure you have an even number of stitches on each needle, or it'll just get a bit confusing because each one will end differently. So yeah, even number of stitches. I have 14 on each. So I've just done my BRP, slip one, and now my yarn. I would do a yarn over, but it's got nowhere to go to because we're at the end of that needle. So I shall rearrange, ready to begin the next needle. Scoot these stitches along up towards the needle tip, pull these back. So we're ready. You can see following that last stitch my yarn was left in front, and this will form the slip one yarn over that is paired with this stitch here in my left thumb. So we leave that yarn in front. Place it in front of the right needle as well because we're working a purl, so as you would normally have your yarn in front for a purl, and BRP, brioche purl. Slip one yarn over, brioche, purl. Just put this end out of the way, push my stitches up, slip one yarn over, brioche, purl, 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 slip one yarn over, and then these end stitches might look a little untidy at first, but make sure you have the 2 loops there. This is my paired yarn over, this is my stitch, those 2 loops get purled together. Now that we've worked a setup round and one regular brioche round, all your stitches should be in place now. You're completely set. So we've worked one brioche purl round, and now you can see that these paired yarn overs are sitting over the, it's not clear yet because we don't have very much, but these are knit stitches, you can just about tell. So our paired yarn overs are sitting with those. So the next round is a brioche knit round. If you were working flat brioche, every row would be a brioche knit row, but in the round we have to work a brioche purl alternated with a brioche knit. So at the end of the round we can see that we just worked a purl stitch. Sorry, is it in focus there? There we go. We just worked our brioche purl stitch, but because that didn't need to have a yarn over with it, your yarn over came previous, make sure that this doesn't create an extra loop. So we do need to bring the yarn around to the back there, because we're just, as you would if you were working rib, for example, just regular rib. So I have my stitches pushed up ready to begin the next round. Now we begin with a slip one yarn over, so yarn over in front to create that stitch, slip one yarn over, and now I don't need to bring it round to the front because I'm about to work a knitwise stitch, a BRK, brioche knit, which is this knit stitch together with its paired yarn over. So we knit that. Yarn over, slip one, brioche knit. So the slip one yarn over abbreviation can be a little confusing because when you're working a brioche knit round, the yarn over action comes first and then the slip. Whereas when you're working a brioche purl round, the slip comes first and then the yarn over. So it becomes quite intuitive as you get used to it, but you just need to pay attention to which round you're on. This is the reason that the slip one yarn over is usually just referred to as one action. And depending on which round you're on, which part of that action comes first will change. So on a brioche knit round, my yarn is, I've just worked the BRK, yarn over, bringing my yarn to the front, slip one, BRK, brioche knit, yarn over, slip one, brioche knit, yarn over, slip one, brioche knit, yarn over, slip one, brioche knit. So I've worked one side of the needle there, side of the round even, scoot my stitches along. So now I'm ready to do the exact same again, yarn to the front because I'm working a yarn over first, yarn over, slip one, brioche knit, yarn over, slip one, brioche knit. Now we'll just forward to the end of the round. So our final stitch is a yarn over, slip one. And then we've worked our first round, or first 2 rounds, sorry, of basic brioche. At the moment, it doesn't look like much. It looks a bit of a scraggly mess. Brioche does take probably about 8 rounds, I would say, to really look established and neat, so don't panic. I'll continue now and then show you when I've done a few rounds. I've just worked 5 more rounds. I've just ended with the brioche pearl round, and I just wanted to show you something that can sometimes happen, a very easy mistake to make, and how to fix it. So say I was at the end of this round and I'm about to work a brioche pearl, but I see there's only one loop on the needle. This often happens if you're working magic loop, because it can just add an extra step of confusion when you're switching from one half of the round to the other. But you see here we just have what looks like a regular pearl stitch when it should have a paired yarn over. But we can also see that there's a bar of yarn, a piece of yarn just here sort of sitting in front of it. That's its paired yarn over that's gone walkabout, so it's somehow ended up off the needle. So all we need to do is pick up this bar here, and we're just going to, oh hang on, we need to slip this stitch to the right needle first. Pick up this bar here, this extra loop sitting at the front, then slip this stitch back to the needle, and there we see that was our paired yarn over that had gone walkabouts. So we're now just going to work a brioche pearl. Apologies if that added some confusion, but that is just a very easy mistake to make, so I thought I'd show you how to correct. So I've worked, I think, 7 in total now, rounds in basic brioche, alternating a brioche pearl round with a brioche knit round, and you can see it taking shape. I used the Italian cast on, which I showed in a different video, which means, excuse me, that these knit stitches run right up to the edge. There's no visible cast on edge, it all just is completely seamless and reversible. That's what the edge looks like. 1 second, let me just focus that. Edge on, as it were. Very minimal, very neat. Hope you like this video.